Welcome to this Thursday night in the NBA, right here on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. This game in Houston marks the start of a homestand for the Rockets. Last time they met was in Los Angeles, where they beat the Clippers.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way, and that really wasn't the case in that game for them.
No, there was no hard way about it. I mean, they got their points easily on dunks and layups against a defense that really didn't offer much of a fight.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan, and it's Pierce in the small forward position.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And so the Houston Rockets get the first points of the ball game. That's no good. Couldn't get his first shot to go. Fast break. Here we go. Ariza up.
And Coach Doc Rivers wears multiple hats for this organization. Not only is he the head coach, but also in charge of all basketball operations, really the leader in a lot of ways for this team.
Assistant, Chris Paul.
The Rockets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Pass to Harden. And Griffin sends it back.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
Pierce dishes to Jordan. And there's the 3-second violation.
3 seconds. Houston ball.
And it's Houston's ball. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
And they ran their offense nearly to perfection in that one. Very few possessions were wasted.
Yeah, they put the mute button on them that time. I mean, in front of a hostile crowd, they never let the fans get going. They silenced them over and over again with big, timely shots.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. Paul with the ball. One of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game. And then Griffin with the dunk.
Make it 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was ultra safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
And guys, as he should be. Remove all doubt on that attack.
Harden gets to Ariza. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Come on now, young fella. Watch out. You might bring that whole basket down on top of you.
I didn't think he was ever going to let go of the rim.
I tell you what, though, you might as well enjoy the moment. Make it last just a little longer.
Now, here's Redick. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. Back to Griffin. Clock at 6. The Clippers need to get off a shot. The shot by Paul, no good. Houston in the lead. Well, looking back on last season, you could see the Rockets were tough at home. They just were relentless at going at teams.
Yeah, how about a 30-11 record last year? And a lot of close ones for them, but that home crowd at times could just really will them to victory.
As it did help in the series against the Clippers last year in the playoffs.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That'll be his second foul of the game. Ty Lawson, he's checked in for Houston. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. And Mbah-a-Moute's checked in for Griffin. And Stevenson comes in for Paul Pierce. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's Austin Rivers in for Chris Paul. Here's Jordan, and he lays it straight in.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
That's his first personal foul.
And, you know, for Houston's wins at home, a lot of it had to do with their three-point shooting. I mean, they shot an average of 35% from behind the arc at home, but kept their opponents to under 30% on the year in Houston.
And guys, this is what makes Houston so good and why they've been so good for so long. In the last 31 seasons, they've only had 2 losing seasons. Only team in the league to do that.
Now the dish to Rivers. Feeds it to Jordan. To the middle. And Rivers gets it to go in on the assist by Jordan.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. The Clippers shooting their first free throws of the evening.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And guys, you know what? That's made things hard for them in a lot of their games. I mean, that inability to convert their chances at the free throw line.
And Ariza with the stuff.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Clippers ahead, up 2. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Just almost an intimidating factor when you're able to go out and consistently come up with the block shots like they have defensively.
Well, what happens is shooters begin to start looking for the shot blockers, and it does intimidate them.
We've got Lawson. He's out there with Harden. Howard is out there with Brewer. And it's Capella in at the 4 slot. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. Offense is what drives the Clippers, and they were fantastic at it last season. Easily one of the most exciting teams to watch with their high-flying and high-scoring act and #1 in terms of efficiency.
Yeah, and it's not just a flash for the Clippers on offense. You talked about their efficiency on the offensive end. Led the league in points scored per 100 possessions at 109.8.
And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Griffin kicks to Stevenson. He feeds it to Rivers. Back to Stevenson. It's taken away by Brewer. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop.
The defense to start and ignite that play was terrific, and I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
And really look for them now to be even more aggressive on the defensive side. Try to come up with a few more steals.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Smith. Pierce comes in for Lance Stevenson. J.J. Redick's checked in for Jamal Crawford. And it's Paul in for Rivers. Jordan the pass to Pierce. Misses the wing J. And stolen by Jordan. And Paul Pierce with the 3. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Los Angeles.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
You know, another thing they've done well, guys, this first half is challenge shooters and change shots. A bunch of block shots early.
Shoots. The Rockets pull it in.
Major defensive lapse right there. He's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
And started hot, and he's only gotten harder.
Lawson against Paul. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's going to be on James Harden.
And the Clippers not known for being an outside shooting team, but they take a large amount of deep mid-range twos as well as their fair share of threes.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Terrence Jones is checked in for Howard. Montejunas comes in, and it's Thornton in for James Harden. Johnson, he's checked in for Los Angeles. For the Clippers, you think of Lob City, and it's all dunks. But the reality is, Clark, as Greg was just talking about, that just isn't the case.
It really isn't. I mean, they also led the league in pull-up shots attempted by a wide margin, about 24 pull-up J's a game.
Paul dishes to Johnson. Back to Paul. Shot clock at 6. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. And Jones sends it back. Here's Thornton. The rejection by Paul. It's Redick on the wing. Paul outside. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here.
And a chance here to see where the Clippers sit in the NBA statistically right now. 3rd in fewest turnovers per game. 5th in field goal percentage. And they are in the top 10 in team points per game.
They don't make many mistakes. I just love the mental toughness. You saw 3rd fewest turnovers per game. Great decision making is so valuable, particularly down the stretch. Definitely a notch in their favor.
Lawson kicks to Jones. Can't get it to go. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
And guys, they could have won that game on the strength of their offense alone. It was that good.
And most impressive when you do it on the road like that. They just kept coming at them wave after wave, and they really kept the crowd on mute in that one.
Montejunas sets a screen for Lawson. He kicks to Thornton. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You take a look at the Clippers and checking out Houston. They're tied right now. He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1. Houston making some changes. Reza comes in for Brewer. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Ty Lawson. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Boy, it certainly appears to be the case, Greg. I mean, they've spent a lot of time at the foul line this quarter, and that's the result of attacking the rim and being physical.
Stevenson passes to Mbah-a-Moute. That puts them in the lead. Mbah-a-Moute has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Ariza kicks to Montejunas. Sparked a lot of give and take between these sides early.
Kevin, how about 6 lead changes in this half already?
Yeah, and both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Crawford. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
The Clippers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. The Rockets making a switch here. McDaniels checked in.
Steady work at the free throw line. Just what we're used to seeing out of him.
Rockets trail. In the corner, Montejunas with it. And the rejection by Smith. It's Crawford with the drive. And that one's good.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
The Clippers have been perfect so far from the free throw line, 6 for 6. Here's Beverley. That will count. No good on the buzzer beater.